Hi there. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is not a video about INFPs. Instead, it's a general public service announcement for anyone who's ever considered or is considering getting themselves typed by a third-party assessment. I'd like to share with you 3 things to consider before you get into an assessment with somebody else. And this is regardless of what system. It could be objective personality, it could be classic MBTI, whether it's by a certified practitioner or someone else who's independent. It could be Voltology, for all it matters, or Enneagram. But someone conducting a personality typing of you. Before you go into that session, know these 3 things. First, consider your intent. Why is it that you're going to get typed? Is it merely to be verified of something that you're already absolutely certain that you're of a particular personality type, and they're just going to let the world know that you are a very strong example of that particular type? That may not be the best of intents, because there's always a possibility that they'll come back with a different answer than you expect. So consider what your intent is and how you're going to use the information that you get, and what it means for you if you get information different from what you expect. Second, consider who you're going to select. That is, you need someone who you would trust, that you believe has credibility and an ability to both give an accurate assessment that's correct for you, and then also that they'll deliver it honestly and in a capable way that's going to tell you a lot of things about yourself. By the way, I should mention on the side, I do not do personality typings, so I'm simply putting these together because I've seen a lot of typings done, and people don't always think of these 3 things when they're going into them. But yeah, find someone who's got credibility with you, because whoever it is, you're giving them to some extent or other power over you to validate your own possible beliefs or your own even self-identity or sense of self-worth if you're deeply attached to a particular personality type, which may reflect then back to intent, that it may not be the best intent simply to say that you are what you believe you are. Third, do some self-reflection before you go in. This ties again back to the other 2. That is, consider the aspects of the different personality types and of the system that you're looking at. Bang away at your own cognitive functions or behaviors or whatever it is that that system uses to understand where you're strong, where you're potentially weak, how your inner ways of thinking or ways of doing or ways of perceiving and deciding work. These are all things that if you get started on this, you'll have a leg up. You'll have a sense for why you might be typed for one particular way as opposed to another. It won't be as much of a surprise, perhaps, if you get typed as something different than you initially expect going in. But that self-reflection can also come into play when you go back to how you decided your intent and how you made your selection of who would be doing typing of you. So that self-reflection, along with the intent, along with making a choice that works for you for typing, are the 3 things that you should consider carefully before you go into an MBTI typing. And do think about hard and long what it means for you if you're typed differently than what you expect by somebody that you entrust to give you an accurate reading. You have to be prepared to accept that they may see you differently than you see yourself, at which point you'll have to decide whether or not what they've got is valid, or whether or not you're going to proceed on the path that you did before you got that third-party assessment. But those are my 3 points, and I hope that, and I would encourage you to go ahead and get typed if you've got the right intent in place, you've got someone that you feel is the right person to type you, and you've already done that self-reflection work to understand yourself before you go into the session. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.